About that team, Bob?
I don't know what to think of that team. They remind me
them a lot.
of Virginia Cavaliers kind of team. That is, they don't play a lot of up-tempo basketball. It's more or less play it their way.
Well, you know, because I'm a Syracuse guy, I watched them last year in the tournament when they beat Syracuse.
Right.
And I really liked what I saw, and you know, knowing what they had coming in and what was coming back. I'm not surprised that they're this good.
But it's a team of transfers. It's a team of guys who weren't originally with their program.
There were some guys. There were some guys that they had talked about, like their style of play. I like the coach. You know, there were a lot of things I like about Baylor, and there's a lot of things I like about Penn State. As well.
That could be a sleeper pick.
Yes, I like Penn State. You know that. I've been on Penn State all year. Every time we talk college basketball, I've been on Penn State. So that one, the big thing about that West Virginia-Kansas game, though, well, two things. I wish it was on. I couldn't watch it today.
It was on, but you had to have
it was on ESPN Plus. I could have gone upstairs. I got ESPN Plus and one TV.
But you don't want to do that, right?
What do you mean?
I want to go to my couch, sit and watch a game. I don't want to go on a computer if I have to.
I've got the Apple TV on one computer, but I had dinner going down. You know how it is, Bob. I mean, like, not all of us have the dinner service that you do, and the dumbwaiter that comes down, and you know the servants that come up and down the stairs and get you whatever you need. I got to do this on my own.
But I mean, if you could have watched it, it was a pretty good game.
And I wanted to see Ben Roethlisberger close the deal with Oscar Tshiebwe and bring him on board as a tight end. That's what I want to see. I love that kid.
And I would like Oscar Tshiebwe to go down the middle of the field. He can take the ball away. He's a big guy. All right, let's go to the lines here. We're going to begin with Clarence on line 3. Hello, Clarence. How are you tonight?
All right, and you?
Good. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I would like to talk on behalf of Antonio Brown.
Okay.
On behalf
of about what I wanted to say is that, you know, football is a rough sport to play. And at least we forget, you know, that when they played up there in Cincinnati, right?
Yeah, the Burfict hit.
He took that hit to the head.
Mm-hmm.
And Le'Veon Bell, too, you know what I mean, by Burfict. And I think that has some effect to them, you know.
Well, who's not talking about that? Everybody's talking about that.
You might be right, Clarence, but he also apparently went through a test, a mental evaluation test, and he passed it. All I know is that he has dug himself a terrible situation from which he's now trying to dig himself out with apologies all over the place. And quite frankly, it's one thing to apologize publicly on an Instagram site, which is designed to make you look better. It's another thing to call people who you want to apologize to. I would prefer you do it in person to those people. And I'm not so sure he's done that. So it's one thing to put it on an Instagram thing, and it makes it look like, oh, boy, he's being sincere. But is he?
Well, Bob, I mean, you heard the interview on 93.7 2 weeks ago or a week ago, and he's literally in the same interview, opening up the interview, apologizing to Roethlisberger, and then being critical of Roethlisberger a couple minutes later, and being critical of his, you know, reliance in his relationship with Juju Smith-Schuster. I mean, you can't take anything that Antonio Brown says seriously or at face value or expect it to last between one time when he picks up his phone and the next when he gets on Wi-Fi again.
He's in New York right now on Spotify doing some sort of musical.
Well, that's Spotify's fault.
By the way, did you see the Logan Paul diss tape?
I did.
I thought it was really good.
It was very funny.
I would love to see Logan Paul and Antonio Brown put together some pay-per-view. That's, you know, I'm into entertainment and I will pay for it.
Yeah, they're going to do it.
I'd want to see it.
Until or unless he somehow winds up with another NFL team and then wouldn't be able to pull it off. But
yeah, but I don't know if
short
that's
of that, I don't think it's
anytime
going to
soon.
happen.
So, but if you haven't seen that one, you know, little.
Did you like the Juju Smith-Schuster number 19 jersey, or did you like
was
the
in
AV orange jumpsuit number 84?
Well, both. The 19 was pretty good. I mean, I laughed about that, and I thought it was actually a pretty good musical rendition there. I like that one. Anyway, 412-575-2600. Let's go to Greg, who's on line 2. Hey, Greg, what's up?
Hi, Bob.
How are you?
Guys tonight?
We're good. Thank you.
Hey, my question to you tonight is, with Eli Manning recently retiring out of this 2004 draft class, who do you see retiring next, Ben Roethlisberger or Phillip Rivers?
Now, Rivers, I still think wants to play. Now he's done with the Chargers, but I think Rivers is going to be out before Roethlisberger is. Unless Roethlisberger comes into something with his elbow where he just physically can't get it done. I believe he will be back. I believe if he's okay to play, he's still going to, go through the 2 years left on this contract, and who knows after that. But I think he'll be around longer than Rivers.
Well, my hunch is if Rivers signs a 2 to 3 year deal, he'll try to go through the 2 or 3 year deal. You know, if I had to bet on one or the other, the reason I would probably bet on Rivers over Ben is I have no idea what's going on with Ben's elbow. Like if he comes back and his elbow is busted and he doesn't have what he used to.
And we won't know that until May or
then
so.
Potentially he might not decide to stick around.
But from what I understand, that surgery was successful. It's just a matter of rehab, and sometimes
Well,
like guys
what do you
who go
understand
through,
what it was?
Well, I understand. I'm just saying generally, from what I've heard, that it's a successful operation, not unlike
Of
something.
what? Because we don't.
Well, I don't know
the
what.
three tendons thing, right?
I don't know.
Because when you keep hearing that it's, or we keep hearing, oh, it was Tommy John, it was Tommy John. No, it wasn't. It wasn't Tommy John.
No, but like Tommy John,
but
you
they
can
never
come
tell
back.
us what it is.
Well,
because if you
whatever.
tell me it's Tommy John and I'm not a pitcher, then I'm less worried. I'm less worried about a quarterback with Tommy John than I am. I'm less worried with a quarterback, how he can recover from a Tommy John than a pitcher. But if they're not telling us what it is, that makes me wonder why they're being so secretive about what the actual procedure was.
Maybe it's just, you know, confidentiality when it comes to health care. You know this.
Sure.
It's a HIPAA law. You can't do
It's
that.
HIPAA. All right.
Let's go to Paul in Mount Washington. Hey, Paul.
Hey guys, how you doing tonight?
All right, what's going on?
I just, you know, with the new regime for Pirate baseball coming in, it's out with the old and in with the new. I just want to know if is Hurdle doing anything now, or
No, he's enjoying.
What's his status?
He's down in Sarasota and he's having fun, I'm sure, just, you know, getting paid for the next 2 years. Nothing wrong with that.
Why, they
Good
want to
work
bring
if
him
you can
back
get
already?
it.
Derek Shelton hasn't lost a game yet. I'm just curious about him. I don't know, but what he said about the new regime versus the old regime, out with the old, in with the new, no. The regime is the regime. It's the owner. And everybody else who's underneath him is just carrying out his business model. That's it, pure and simple.
And until that changes, I mean, that's exactly what it is. He's operating, as is Ben Cherington, with a very difficult budget to deal with. But if you want a job and you understand the constraints, you'll take the job and see what you can do. And that doesn't mean they can't draft well and bring in guys in different ways, but they're never going to be able, I shouldn't say able, never going to want to spend the kind of money they need to spend when it's time to spend it. I hear all this all the time, and you heard Cherington say it, but how many times have they actually done it?
Well, even today, like, did they not get Pilar because the Boston Red Sox outbid them for even a guy that wasn't going to cost any money to begin with?
Time for the Tri-State Office Furniture Tweet of the Day, ladies and gentlemen, and we're going to show that to you coming up. Are we going to show it to you? Okay. I just wanted to make sure of that, Steve. So here it is. Ben Roethlisberger down at the West Virginia Mountaineer game. He was there with his lovely wife, Ashley, as well as the Switzer family. And you see the mascot for the Mountaineers gave him the headgear to wear. Who wore it better?
Ben. I think Ben's got the better beard. Now, you're insisting that the beard is not coming off tomorrow for
I don't
Shear
think
the
it
Beard?
is.
This is the last Shear the Beard for Brett Kiesel.
Right.
Wouldn't this be going out with a bang if they took Ben's beard off, too?
Yeah, but I think Ben has some sort of superstition about when he
That's
throws.
what he's throwing again, right?
So I have a feeling he'll be there maybe to shear some of the beard for.
Some of the beard, yeah.
Yeah, we'll see.
Well, they can take the Beard's hair and then clone their next Roethlisberger quarterback, which might be easier than trying to draft one or sign one.
Could be a long
and
time
remember how
before you
long
get
it
one.
took between Bradshaw and Ben, so.
We're going to take a break. Back with more right after this on Pittsburgh CW.